Here is my audience. Have you ever been interested in learning self-defense moves? Have you ever wondered what the oldest sport still practiced today is? Well, the answer to both of these questions is wrestling. The purpose of this presentation is to teach basic moves for a complex sport. Hi, my name is Martin Shudak, and I have wrestled for 8 years and have won many matches. I've spent countless amount of hours on the mat perfecting my technique and establishing muscle memories for these moves. The moves I'm about to teach you could help you defend yourself in a dangerous situation. One of my old wrestling coaches is a police officer, and he has shared several stories with us of how he used his knowledge of the sport in the line of duty to defend himself. The purpose of this presentation is to teach a good stance and positioning, as well as 2 takedowns known as the outside single and the ankle pick. So getting into it, all good wrestlers have a good stance, and this is made up of bent knees and a staggered stance, and this allows you to have better balance and be lower to the ground. By being lower to the ground, you have a shorter distance to travel on all of your shots. And the second part of this is to have your arms out in front of you, like so. This allows you to defend shots of your opponent, as well as be able to tie up with your opponent and kind of engage and be the aggressor in certain situations. So now that we have the stance and positioning established, I'd like to use an audience member to demonstrate our first move, which is known as the outside single. So again, we'll begin with a good stance, knees bent, staggered stance, and then the first thing we'll tie up. The thing about tying up is you always want to have inside control, so you kind of like driving a car with his arms. And then you want to move your opponent depending on what leg you want to shoot on. For this move, I prefer shooting on with my right leg, so it would be the opponent's left leg. So I'm going to rotate him to my right, and as you can see, he steps forward. From here, we're going to take a step outside of his foot and drop our knee behind his leg. And simultaneously, we're going to want to wrap up his leg with our arms and pull up and stand up with it. From here, we're going to have our arm or hand placed on his ankle. And when we do this, he's not really going to be able to go anywhere. And then from here, to finish the move, we're going to apply downward pressure on his upward thigh and take a step back with our inner leg, like so. And then in a real wrestling match, you'd want to cover the hips to score 2 points. But in a defense situation, this may not be completely necessary. So all good wrestlers have more than one move they can rely on. So we'll be moving into the second move, which is known as the ankle pick. Again, good stance, bent knees, staggered stance for better balance. And then from here, we're going to tie up. But this time we're going to have one hand placed on his neck and can control him this way. For this move, I'm going to be shooting on his right leg with my left leg. So we're going to rotate him this way and then shoot in and grab the ankle. Once we have the ankle, we're going to want to pull him down a little more by his neck and then pull the ankle toward us while applying backward momentum on his upper body, like so. And then in a real match, again, you would want to cover the hips for 2 points. But in a defense situation, it may not be completely necessary again. So to conclude, we learned a good stance is comprised of bent knees, staggered stance, and arms out in front. This allows you to defend against your opponent's attacks or shots. We also learned 2 types of shots, one being the outside single and the other being the ankle pick. And these moves are widely used in the sport of wrestling, and they are often observed in MMA as well. And although I hope it never comes to it, you may need to use these moves to defend yourself in a dangerous situation. And I believe that it is important for everyone to have a good understanding of a certain type of self-defense technique. And thank you for your attention. And once again, here is my audience. Thank you.